Welcome to Porsche Patter with Bracken Helms, the show where we hear Bracken and his distinguished guests from the Porsche community patter on about Porsches and all things automotive. Porsche Patter is sponsored by Circuit 64. Circuit 64 creates authentic automotive apparel made for like-minded automotive enthusiasts. The links for Circuit 64 are in the show notes. Okay, let's get to it.
Michael Willhoit of Willhoit Enterprises. If you don't know what Willhoit Enterprises is, just think of like a Canepa, someone that buys low-end rare cars that are hard to find. He has now died, so I can't be doing any follow-up interviews. This was done a long time ago, back in the PCA newsletter days when I was doing the PCA newsletter. So I just did this over the phone. I always appreciated him because he always took my calls and text messages because he was not an easy man to get a hold of. I mean, even though his secretary supposedly knew I was calling in, you can still hear that she wasn't going to send me straight through. I think it's a good interview because he's driven all the cars. He knows, I can sit and interview someone that reads magazines, but he's driven all these cars. So I figured he'd be a good person to talk to. He's been at it forever. The only thing I didn't like is the fact that, like, when he answers questions about what he thinks about certain cars sometimes, like, the 928 has a story, the 930 has a story. Some of his cars have stories, but you also notice the way he answers questions is kind of based on value of the car rather than, oh, I love this car. It was one of the best cars I've ever driven. I just meshed with the car and we became one. It's like he kind of bases how much he likes cars by the value of them. It's too bad that he died because I would have loved to have done more follow-up questions. Because like I said, this was back during the PCI days of newsletter. I mean, I couldn't put that many questions in, so I didn't ask him that many questions. Anyway, here it is.
Good afternoon, Willhoit Enterprises.
Can I speak with Michael?
Oh, let me see if he's available. May I tell him who's calling?
My name's Bracken Helms.
I'm sorry?
First name is Bracken, last name is Helms, Helmes.
Okay, regarding which vehicle, sir?
It's not about a video. It's not about a vehicle.
Okay. All right, one moment.
Michael Willhoit, how are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. You kind of sound like your dad.
Oh, really?
What can I do for you?
All right. So what is Willhoit Enterprises?
Willhoit Enterprises is a childhood dream of a guy that wanted to drive Porsches he could not afford. And that's how I got started. That was my dream, but nobody would hire me to sell cars because I was too young. So I got a job at Thompson Sales Company as a Pontiac Cadillac dealer. And I changed oils and ran people home until I got old enough to be hired by a Chevrolet dealer. I sold cars and did real good. I worked up to assistant manager and finance manager and did so good, but I was working 80 hours a week. And I got tired of it. So one weekend I flew to Asheville, North Carolina and bought a Porsche Turbo, brought it back, sold it in 2 weeks, quit, been doing this ever since.
Sounds kind of similar to my dad's story.
I'm about the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've known each other for 30, 40 years.
Yeah. Okay, so what cars do you work with?
95% Porsche, then a few Ferraris and Aston Martins and Mercedes and stuff like that. But my main focus is Porsche. That's where I've made my money. Are you in California, Bracken?
Yeah.
Yeah, your dad and I've known each other forever. We've done some great deals. So Willhoit Enterprises started out as something a kid wanted to drive a car he couldn't afford. And that's how it ended to this. And we always stayed with the air-cooled cars. And then I had a 928 save my life. June 5th, 1981, on a head-on at 70. I loved that car, and I promised myself that I'd make that car famous, and I have done so. We've made the 928 market, the GTS market, high as it is, by accident, actually. Just by asking big money because we found out they only made like 35 speeds in 95. They only made 44 in 94. In 47 and 93. Nobody knew that at the time, so we started getting those and asking big numbers for them. Now, Ferrari's doing the same thing, and other Porsches are doing the same thing because all these other cars are F1s.
Yeah.
So kind of did it by accident, actually.
Yeah.
But it's my 41st year in business.
What do you like about the manufacturers you work with?
I think they make a fabulous product. I mean, they make it easy for me. And to be quite honest with you, Porsche dealers have made me rich because they hire people that don't know anything about their product. They don't know how to take care of people, and once they get with me, they stay with me. I mean, they really do. They got order takers. I mean, these new Porsche dealers only stock what they unload off the factory. They don't have used stuff normally.
Yeah.
Every now and then somebody will trade them one. Your dad and I have to get out there and beat the bushes to find this stuff. We're the ones that earn our money, and I've just got my niche, and I work my niche. Now, I mean, I've got right now an Acura NSX, an '05. The last year they made it. I bought it because it has 1,000 miles on it. I've got a 40th anniversary Corvette convertible, that purple car, one owner, with 1,600 miles. I do some stuff like that, but I'm not in the Lexus business. If somebody wants to buy something, I'll try to find it if it's not too much trouble. Like last night I drove a Aston Martin Vantage home, 6-speed, lowered. Oh, it's just my kind of car, black light. And today I'm driving an Aston Martin convertible. And tomorrow I may drive a Cayenne GTS. That's what I drive most of the time.
Oh, really?
Because it's a I get tired of the small cars. I do. I just want to get in and go. It's not. I used to be when I was younger. Driving, drinking, and hunting. But I'm not doing that. Going back to saying about product, what I like about the product, it's really been good for us because, especially in the last few years, I mean, Porsche is the only car you could drive and turn around and make money on it. For example, 4 years ago, I owned this turbo and I owned it for $85,000. He put 600 miles on it, and I wrote him a check the other day for $205,000. So, and you don't think he's not happy with me?
Yeah.
So Porsche, I mean, they make it easy. I mean, they make such a great product.
Yeah.
And the later model Ferraris are okay, but the early ones are junk, and the reason they got low miles is because they don't run long enough to put any miles on.
So
the F430 is a great car for no money. You can buy one for $110,000, $115,000, and an '05 and newer F430, which is one of the best buys in the world as well. Now the '96 and '97 turbos have got so expensive, they've kind of hurt my thoughts a little bit, but that is just what the market's doing. But one of the best buys in the world at the time was the '96, '97 turbo because we could buy it for $85,000. Now not so much. I got 175 and some, and 200 and some, but the Ferrari F430. Well, that's when I bought it. I gave $112 for it, a black car with 9,000 miles. Great car. So, are you in Northern California? Where are you at?
I'm in the East Bay of, right east side of San Francisco in the East Bay.
Okay, I've sold cars in Marin County.
Okay.
That's about right where you're at.
Yeah. So, how long have you been in the business? I think you already answered that. It was, would you say 40 years?
41 years.
41.
But I'll tell you this funny story. When I first went to buy that turbo, my wife and I flew up there to buy it, and I remember getting in the car as a black 3,000-mile or 4,000-mile turbo in 1976, and I grabbed the steering wheel, and I remember saying to her, I can't believe I'm in a $25,000 car.
Yeah.
See, Corvettes were $6,000 then, so that was a lot of money for a car. Now $25,000 won't buy you a Vega wagon, hardly.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next question, I think you already answered. Why did you get involved in the car business? You wanted to be with cars, and
I've been a car freak since a kid, and I was a muscle car guy. I'm a Pontiac guy, Trans Am. I bought my first Corvette brand new in 1973. I still have the window sticker. I bought my first Pantera in 1973, and I've still got the window sticker. But I've always been a muscle car guy, a Pontiac Super Duty guy, a Ram Air Force Judge guy. And then after I bought that first Porsche, I liked it so much. Plus, it got great gas mileage, and it was really a great car. That's just where my niche fell into. I don't do a whole lot with water-cooled cars because they're not a good buy. They're a lot of car for the money. But like I sold one this morning, an '07 twin turbo, 33,000 miles for $72,900. That's a great buy. He just totaled his 96 turbo, but it had 1 million miles on it, and he still got 110 for it. So he put 20, 30 grand in the bank and has a car that's actually a better car.
How has your business changed or evolved, or any regrets you may have?
I really don't have any regrets other than the last 2 or 3 years hanging on some of the cars that I sold to them now. Because we could have tripled our money. But as far as any regrets, I don't have any. We've got a great following. We do a great job. We're known all over the world. And you can Google us up.
What do you like about your job?
There's something different every day. You cannot plan your day.
Okay.
I mean, somebody will show up and want to buy a car. Somebody will show up and want to talk about flowers. I mean, it's something different every day. I'll hear from your dad. I'll hear from somebody else. I'll buy cars. I'll do this. It's like not even having a job. But it is stressful. I mean, if you got, it's about, my overhead's about $40,000 a month. So, you got to make some money. So it is kind of stressful. And people a lot of times don't represent the cars properly, and you got to do a lot of stuff to them. But every day you get up, it's something different.
Yeah.
One day's a real estate day. Like yesterday, I sold one of my pieces of property for $1 million.
Yeah.
Didn't sell any cars, but I sold $1 million piece of property.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everything's different. And you'll always do better if you like what you do.
What attracted you to Porsche?
Performance, quality control, looks. The big fat turbo fenders just blew me away.
Okay. And
so they made the product. They made it easy for us.
Okay.
I mean, to sell a product like that, if we had to create our own product, it'd be trouble. But Porsche made us a product.
Yeah.
Now, we did have to educate ourselves in a lot of ways because we learned a lot of stuff that our grandma and our mother didn't teach us about which cars to buy, not to buy. You can't buy an average car. You can't make it a nice car. You need to buy as nice as you can and ask all the money. I've never had anybody pay me $75,000 for a car I asked $50,000 for. So we always ask all the money and then negotiate from there. And whether you sell that car or not, it depends on how soon you can replace it. Like right now, C2Ss and C4Ss are real hard to find. So if you can't make a decent profit, you don't sell it. You wait for the next guy.
Yeah. Okay, we kind of started getting into this. Where did your appreciation for 928s come from?
I head-on collision at 70 miles an hour, June 5th, 1981.
Okay.
And a non-airbag car. I had a head-on at 70, killed him. He was a drunk driving down the wrong side of the road. You can Google it up.
Yeah, I looked at it.
Broke my wife's back, paralyzed her from the waist down. She ended up dying from that and diabetes.
Sorry about
and
that.
I walked. If you see the picture from the doors back, you'll think the car's never been wrecked because the engine did what it's supposed to. It broke the frame, dug into the ground, and it was all over. He was drunk driving down the wrong side of the interstate, 10 o'clock at night, no lights on. I was the lucky guy.
Yeah.
And so I said, if I was in a Porsche 911 or a Ferrari, I'd be as dead as Columbus.
Yeah.
So, it saved my life. So I've used that picture so a lot of 928s, but the real 928 is a GTS. That's the car. And that car is 93 to 95. That's the car. All the other cars are okay, but that's the car.
Okay.
But not everybody can afford them because I brought the price up.
Right. So
the people that have them love me. The people that have to buy them today hate me.
Yeah. So that's kind of my next question. Some say you're responsible for the renewed interest in the 928s.
Without question. You can get on Renlist and ask anybody.
Okay.
It's the 928 king. It's me. We made the market.
Okay. In your opinion, what is the most exciting car you have dealt with?
Well, I'm a Porsche turbo fan. And 928's a great car, but it's a cruiser. But a turbo, all the way from a 79 930 all the way up to the twin turbos, are really, because they're so fast and they pull so hard and accelerate so quickly, they just makes you smile. There's a lot of good cars out there. I like to drive an F430, but it's not really particularly fast, but it looks good and it's fun. So we go back to the fat fenders and speed issue of the Porsche.
Okay, what do you think about the air-cooled and water-cooled debate as far as the 911?
I'm a 98 and older guy, so I'm an air-cooled guy. I'd say in reality, in a lot of ways, the new water-cooled car is a better car. But the problem is, and nobody thinks of this, they've turned it into a fast Lexus. It's a Lexus is what it is. It does everything too easy. So that's why a lot of people are coming back to the air-cooled car. The water-cooled car is a terrible investment. The air-cooled car is a fantastic investment. So that's what I do.
Okay. PDK or manual?
I'm a manual guy.
What cool cars have you owned? I think you went into a few of them.
I've owned everything.
Okay.
Lamborghini Murcielago. I've owned everything but the Space Show.
Yeah. What is your favorite car you have owned?
Oh, that's hard to say. There again, one of the turbos I had probably. But I can always replace those, so I never kept one.
Okay. Are you
I never done anything I couldn't replace.
So you don't have any you've ever regret selling?
Nope.
If you could have any car today, what would it be?
Today, regardless of price,
Right.
I can tell you in 3 seconds. Matter of fact, they just landed in this country. 2016 Ferrari F12 TDF.
TDF.
T is in Tom, Tour de France.
Oh, okay.
That is fantastic. There's less than 200 cars coming in. They look like a Ferrari GTO in the back behind the window.
Right.
They have 800 horsepower almost. They're light, and that's the car. List is about $550, and you'll have to pay $200,000 to $300,000 over list to buy one today. That'd be the car regardless of price I would own.
Okay. What is the next fun car you see yourself owning?
The TDF.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy one if I sell my house.
Okay.
I've had, I think the 430 is a great car for the money, but I can't drive anything every day. I've got to change. I'm a variety guy.
Yeah.
But I would tell you this: I would take the F12 TDF over the 918 Porsche any day. I'm just not an electric motor fan at all. But I'm sure they've got their pluses and minuses, but I'm just not there.
Okay. What's your favorite air-cooled?
Well, it'd have to be the 96, 97 twin turbo or the 79 930.
Okay. Favorite water-cooled?
Favorite? Well, boy, I don't know. Oh, I can tell you what it is. I just had one. GT3 RS 2016. Got a lava orange one. That's a race car for the street. That's my favorite.
What do you like about selling Porsches?
Well, it's you're talking to people you normally couldn't even get to the door with. I mean, the guys are zillionaires that buy this stuff, and there's normal people as well, but you'll always be connected with them because of the Porsche car.
Yeah.
I've got guys that won't take anybody's phone call, but they'll take mine.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about Porsche or the car I sold them or something might have mine. So, I mean, it's the mystique. It's the Porsche mystique. Plus, you got to remember this mystique. Porsche brand saved my life, man.
Right.
Wait till you see that picture. You can Google it up.
I've seen the picture.
Of the wreck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like about the air-cooled cars?
They're old school Porsche.
Okay. What do you like about the water-cooled cars?
They're a good car for the masses.
Which vehicle would you buy if you had to buy a Porsche at the dealership, a new one today, which one would you buy?
GT3 RS.
What model or series Porsche is your favorite? I guess it might...
930 turbos and 993s are my favorite Porsche line. And I like the GTS too, but if I had one to put away, I wouldn't put a GTS away. I'd have a twin turbo or a 79 930 is what I would have.
Okay.
I mean, a GTS 5-speed would be good if, you're rich and got plenty of time, but if I had one car to choose in the Porsche line, it would be a turbo. So it'd either be a low mileage, last 50, 79 930, or it would be a 97 twin.
Okay.
Because I think the 96 and 97 twin turbo is a world-class car, and it's so docile you can drive it like your grandmother or drive it like Dale Earnhardt, and it never gives up. So that would be the car I put away, because the first time I saw a turbo Porsche, I just about lost my breath. That was 1976.
Thoughts on Porsche today, kind of with all their, it's a lot bigger company than it used to be.
Well, today's Porsche is just a Porsche for the masses. I mean, the guys that buy these cars in today's world are 90% of them are not enthusiasts. They're just drivers. They want to go buy a new Porsche. They want to be able to say they have it in their driveway. Your enthusiast will buy a 98 and older, all the way down to 67.
Yeah.
What Porsche's doing now is making Lexus cars, is what they're doing. I mean, I have people call every day and said, I want to get rid of this water hauler, and I want a real Porsche. They make good cars, but they don't have good resale value. And they're too plasticky. They don't sound like a Porsche. They don't look like a Porsche. So, in a lot of ways, Porsche's kind of stepped on their foot. But they're doing that for a reason. They want to appeal to the masses where they can sell more cars, make more money.
Okay, this is the last question. What gets you excited? It doesn't have to be car related.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This gets me excited. I'm not done yet. Lisa and I got married in St. Thomas, so our house is going to sell soon. So we're going to charter a Gulfstream 550, which is the best business jet you can fly, and fly ourselves to St. Thomas for a week. That's what we're going to do. Now, I'm excited about that. Otherwise, I've done everything else. I've never done that. I've been in private jets, but I'm going to charter the best one out there. And it may cost $60,000 each way. Don't know. Don't care. That's what I'm going to do. That's on my bucket list. Because I've owned every car I wanted to own. I've never had one I couldn't be without.
Okay, well, that was the last question.
I hope it was helpful. And nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice talking to you.
I think a lot of your dad. So we're some of the old boys that are still doing it, and we can trust each other. A lot of these guys out here don't know a damn thing about Porsche.
Yeah.
Good talking to you, man.
All right, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's episode. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, comment, like, and share with your friends. Feel free to send questions or suggestions to the email in the description of the show. Special thanks to our sponsor, Circuit 64. Goodbye for now. We hope we can get together again for our next episode. Now get out there and enjoy the cars and the people.